I bring bad news from Kuttenberg. Fortunately, we saved most of the people.
Fuck.
Samuel and the rabbis.
Shit. We have to find Dry Devil and Kate.
Well,
I see. But if he's gone to cult... Oh well. At least we'll have to... Hold on. There's something... I sent Catherine to spy on Sigismund's camp. Should I tell her to go back to the city?
Those poor girls.
All right.
You boy! You free me from stocks!
Do you have any...
Hey,
I'm listening.
real...
Aye.
You want my
What are you blabbering about?
proper one? Full of good... You will not be sorry. Come back.
Firm? You...
No hurry. Come back.
Praise God. You silly doggy. Oh, please. People are always asking me if you're
New dress, eh?
I'm thinking of buying a rowboat, or maybe a punt. What do you want to boat for? So I don't drown.
What's the matter?
Alice, she was all... What?
I'm trying to find out who did this to her. I'm afraid that... Who did you...
Our master is a local
How...
Our master...
What's his name?
Why? But you can't...
It occurred to me that maybe...
He couldn't. He was gone whenever...
What others?
You haven't had a few girls.
Do you know of it?
I'd
like to talk...
I don't know who it was. Alice said he was...
And you know...
No. Never.
Do you know what...
One day.
What do you mean?
You haven't...
I haven't.
Then don't. She...
What do you mean?
Who could have cut off her...
So, my God, they really must have been buckets. Jeez, the place like... Her lips are bloody, but if he killed her for blabbing, I reckon... These are more like chops than cuts. Somebody must have taken a sword to her. Knife wounds would be smaller, and an axe would have made a bigger mess. But it couldn't have been a long scot. What did he do with it all afterward? Did he really keep all the pieces? Her face is a little bruised, but she has a dark ring around her neck. Was she strangled? The murderer must have had pretty strong hands, and her hair is all matted with blood. And maybe there's something more to it. What if the murderer kept her hair like some kind of sick trophy?
I'm so sorry.
Just some scratches and bruises. The killer probably surprised. So, the murderer must have all... Then he took a short sword or a saber and started hacking at her. She's missing part. He also cut off most of... He cut off her breasts, but left her tongue. Then left her... Only if it was a warning for telltales, he would have come. I don't know why he killed her.
Good day to you.
You must be the local
That's right. They call me František. At least them that... Greetings, head...
That dead girl.
You've seen her? Poor...
That's what I'm trying to find out.
She's gone to meet her maker. You want to take away a piece of her? Well, you can't.
I don't want to take anything.
Like what?
Who killed her?
Why?
I'm worried something might happen.
That's true. She wasn't the first, and it's true that Lumiere ain't shown no interest in her yet. I wouldn't
Who's this Lumiere?
No.
Help?
Well, he was investigating them others.
Right. You said she wasn't the first.
Aye. We had a couple of similar cases.
And how did he come to that conclusion?
How do I know?
Do you remember how many girls were killed?
You mean you don't know nothing about it? Here.
I haven't been in...
I see. There's been one every few weeks for the past year.
Do you know where the...
I heard some talk about it when they brought...
Look for clues.
That can help you.
That's worth a try.
I heard she was killed by the town walls, close to the Hole in the Wall, a dodgy tavern in the Hoprink neighborhood.
Thanks. What's this Lumiere got to do with this?
Well, like I told you, he used to work for the bailiff.
A scribe keeps records in the Black Chronicle.
Well, the old bailiff wasn't all that interested in the common folk. But Lumiere, he was quite helpful.
I'd like to speak with Lumiere.
At his home in Bohemia Street. I don't know exact...
Thanks.
It's my... Actually, speaking of... I think her name is...
I know.
Aha! Hail Mary.
Then I heard him coughing his lungs up in the
Christ,
yard again
pardon
today.
me. Not a chance. That one's too flat Liverpool.
Put that weapon away.
Lumir?
Oh. Christ, my head.
I need to ask you something.
I said not so loud. I have a splitting headache.
That's some hanger, unless I'm willing to wait for him to sleep it off. This should so... No.
Oh.
Lumir?
Oh.
This should... Here. Better?
What? Who? What are you doing here? Who are you?
My name is Henry.
And what do you want?
I'm trying to find out who killed a certain girl.
To me?
Are you Lumir from the Rat House?
I used to be.
They say that about you.
Because I was just on some... And what came of it?
But I need your...
If I were you, lad, I'd leave it. You'll just end up hurting your...
Come now, Lumir.
Poor girls. We let it be in the end. We let them... No way.
I need to know the truth.
I appreciate your... I, sir... What makes you...
Because I'm stubborn. And I don't know...
You think that...
If not, I'd have been dead long ago. Bled out from a human arrow.
Who was this dead...
Her name was Alice.
A maid? That fits.
I think that he strangled her first, and then went at her with a longer blade and disemboweled her.
Did you notice the strangulation right away?
Do you think it's the same?
Counting your girl, that makes 6... If it's not all the same person...
This is the 6th one.
Probably about a... Sometimes it takes him months. Sometimes weeks.
Why are you counting?
Because I think someone killed them.
Did the dead girls have any...
Aside from being pretty young girls with no proper...
Do you think somebody is killing them because they're poor?
Certainly. If somebody killed the daughter...
But why does he even kill in the first...
I don't know. Maybe...
What can you...
She wasn't... She was a maid. She was orphaned as a child. They found...
Did you...
At first, then I...
Why?
Well, besides that, then his mother... Not really... Maybe...
What about...
She was an alehouse wench in a tavern of ill repute called the Hole in the Wall.
You said her body was never found.
You have no idea how much I'd like to believe it. Unfortunately, the investigation wasn't very successful. The Hole is...
Did you suspect...
You could suspect every second man there. Those people have nothing but... The innkeeper, Mole, definitely knew Stanya.
And what about that Zdena?
Exactly. But besides Alice, Zdena was the most...
But if her body...
Because she was the same type as the other girls. Maybe the prettiest, young... I never could... Maybe when I asked...
Do you
Me, my... Besides...
And
It all... She'd only been in town, but she knew she was pretty and knew...
You mean she...
That's what... When there's nobody else left.
Why...
I don't know what people... Kutimbe, the bailiff...
But
exactly. So when not really.
What happened?
I don't want to talk about it.
Did you have any...
You can always find... I always drag the most suspicious ones to the body in the morgue by...
Couldn't it have just been...
Fainting? Vomiting?
Can you sum it all...
We have 6 and 4 of the next... They both have... And the last... Well, they all...
Good.
When you were...
I grant you help. Did you hear? That Dirk Stallion is shagging Naz's old woman. If you know it, then so does half the town. And that going to Councilman Naz as well. Of course he knows. He's the one sending him there. What are you talking about? It's gospel. They say she's mad. But the old man just isn't up to it anymore. He wanted her to stop pestering him. So he made a deal with Dirk Stallion. Christ. All right.
I mean, this is a royal city, isn't it?
True enough. But you know how it is
You
with the kings
silly
these
doggy.
days.
One is captured, and the other set up an army camp just outside the town.
Then let's just hope the laws don't take offense. And in the meantime, just enjoy the tournament.
Come here! Mutt! Heel! Come here, boy.
Good day to you. What do you want?
I would like to atone from...
I'm tempted to...
Maybe some...
Don't... I don't...
That's not someone...
Enough. What?
I fear for...
Yes. Fear for those...
One of the other... What can you...
That...
Where did...
I'm...
Who do you...
William. That pig of Satan. He gambles at... Evident?
And...
No.
You...
Yes.
No...
Me?
How...
When...
Why'd you... You're... How come?
The church's property.
How...
She was pregnant! Even if she had lived, what the...
Why don't you...
That's... I won't...
I'm not just... Isn't it...
Lumiere.
What?
Yes.
And...
It turned out he was deranged. He's...
I've heard enough, Father.
Son?
You shouldn't be walking around without a light.
Are you...
Who the fuck?
Just an ordinary...
Well then, piss off. All your...
Why so... Let's make a deal.
Ah.
So, if...
For the right
Is it...
You fuck.
Where can... Yeah.
I can... She has...
What can...
What do you...
So you...
Well...
So you weren't...
Not really.
Did she have any...
Who come to see that bitch?
Someone came...
Well, he said he... But he left.
Do you know...
Some. But that...
And could she have run away?
With that? Well, he ain't been seen in town for some... He still don't come here no more. He plucks that loot of his in the Miners' Tavern.
What do you know about this...
Not much, but she...
And did he go?
I think...
And could...
No.
I've heard it.
Ugh, it's late.
Did a sta-
Stun, it depends.
My name's Hen.
Names don't interest me. What kind?
I'm a good.
Really? Let's see.
Depends if they're loyal to.
Trust is all important. So,
What if I? I want to know if.
she did. And
I heard she disappeared without a trace.
it's possible the chamber, the door, open.
How did?
The door was wide open.
Blood.
Not if.
Tell me.
First,
What?
if you want to ask, I prefer. So,
I'm getting tired of this. I'll give you the money up now. You.
or
Did any?
no,
What was that?
she was.
Someone from the.
No, I think.
What do you?
What about he called it?
You think he might have?
Now that you mention it, I know. Besides,
Or in nip. I mean.
well,
Why?
One and
Where
I already.
could you be?
I'd so it.
That's all I need.
Take care. Good night.
Go away. Oh, you. Did it finish for you? Really for you as well.
It's William, right?
What is it? Do we know each...
My name's Henry. And no, we don't know each other, and you don't. We have a lot of.
What? What do you... I don't have to talk to you.
Well, if you don't, because I'll break all your.
What?
Stop! Why?
Come on. Ask away.
Did you know Al?
I know a lot of Alice's.
The one they found dead somewhere.
Oh, her.
I heard.
Yeah, and?
They say she had a rich young suitor.
Me? Do I look...
But you could at least pass yourself off as wealthy.
Or I could claim to be the Virgin Mary.
And did you ever meet Yar? It was a long time ago. But I heard she used to.
Oh, that one.
Because somebody.
I know what happened was a tragedy, but it wasn't my fault. She stopped talking to me.
And did you know?
What? That's horrible. Who would...
That's what I'd like to find out. What about the unwilling father-to-be?
What? Mine? I never even got on...
And can you...
I don't...
And I...
Which
The ale...
I
mean... And aren't you...
oh, the in if I
And what... Did she steal something?
a traveling
You don't have...
like far as I know. Look, what you don't
Well...
and
And...
but
Confess, or...
what you
If you come clean and get lucky, they'll have... So...
no.
Good. But if any clue leads me back here to you...
You won't hear about. Praise God.
Whoa! Whoa!
be with you. Praise God.
I need to ask...
I don't have time for that.
God bless you.
I'm looking for...
You're in a charcoal camp, fella.
But you know, Stan.
Aye.
I'm looking for the killer of a girl in town.
That's true. She told me something like...
So you don't know...
I really don't know. But even if I did know...
I wouldn't be foolishly asking her...
Why not?
Without getting seen by...
What do you mean?
I mean you.
Well, aye, that...
I really only want to talk to her.
Sorry, but after all that...
So, Stan...
Aye. She's hiding with us. Since...
Can I speak to her?
If it'll help you. But be nice to her. She... Till we meet again.
Good doggy.
Who are you? If you came here, I'm not...
Don't be afraid.
Barton sent you to me.
Lumir thought you were dead.
Lumir?
Exactly. Someone killed a girl, so maybe you could help her.
How can I help you when I haven't been in Cutton?
You disappeared from the hole in the wall without...
Someone attacked me when I was coming home from the... I managed to get away, but I was...
Did you see...
Not at all. I didn't see anything until... And he was terribly strong.
And how did you...
I had an empty picture in my hand, and I hit...
Here?
No, but I was so scared there.
And your lover?
At first he was horrified, because I had cut myself. He's been hiding me here since then.
What was it like?
Well, I earned a few grosh.
How so?
Every single day I had to put up with their lewd remarks. People... Well, us girls have... Especially in a place, but you can't...
How so?
Because if you smile at them nicely, then sometimes they leave a... You have to keep a balance.
You said that rich or poor...
Truth be told, the hole isn't exactly a good place for...
Is that so?
He smiled at me a lot, so I smiled back. Then this thieving wench started hanging around him, and... But that servant of his didn't like it. Tried to drive...
Von Groller?
Aye, a pudgy fella. He never said a word or smiled.
You walked home from...
What's so odd about...
Well...
I always brought the girls a pitcher of wine or ale.
Aha.
Right.
The same way every...
Aye, always the same way.
And who knew...
Well...
Why didn't you go back to the hole?
Just to get murdered.
How are you now?
And I can't even...
Do you remember anything important about...
I don't know anything.
And what about when you hit him?
He let me go.
Aha.
He said Scheisse.
Seems you're the only one. I know it isn't easy for you to think about. Or when you were running away.
I don't know.
You were walking down the street.
No.
You didn't see anything.
Actually, I knew the side street was... But when I looked, there was nobody there.
Did you understand what they were...
Not at all. But there were two...
It's different. Aside from those voices...
I did...
And nothing else?
Well, no. Just for a moment. But I still had a big... Barton said the man must have had a terribly strong...
Couldn't it have been Father...
Father Prokop?
No, he's pretty old.
I don't know him. And if he's an old...
Couldn't it have been that innkeeper then?
Aye, when he drinks, he turns into a total... Only when I got to my room, I could hear...
I heard William liked pretending to be...
Aye, I thought it pretty sick. Though, I'm sorry, I'm...
Oh, you don't need to apologise.
Thank you. Could I...
If it's in...
When you catch that bastard...
I'll stop by...
God bless you, sir.
Go! Ka! 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 Go! Quick! Quick! Come on! Ka! Ka! Quick! Quick! Hey! You really ready for me? Go!
Well, g'day. Greetings.
Are you... I'm looking...
I don't know.
Still not...
You're
God forbid. That's all...
You're right there. Stand up.
So you knew...
I know. Why are you...
I'm looking for her. What can...
She always had it hard.
And what about...
Stand up. She hadn't... That's why. And the last...
I heard...
Oh, she left.
And what about...
She didn't...
Do you know what kind of luck she made?
No. I didn't recognize that signet.
Where did she go next from here?
That she did. She also had a feeling someone...
Someone followed her on a horse from Cutton.
She didn't. At first, she thought it was some wealthy lord out for a ride.
And did you see him?
No. She even left her scarf here and paid some girl to walk around with it to make it look like she was still here.
And then where'd she go?
She wanted to go the back way, through the woods, so nobody could follow her. Past the woods is a road and a ford across a stream. Next to it is a huge boulder.
Well, if it...
Fuck! I made a point of...
Is Den...
Aye.
Will you give it...
All the same.
And could it have been found...
What do I know? If he has a horse...
I heard he wanted to find her an honest job.
I don't...
And could it have been...
And who would that...
He's this bard.
I don't know about that.
Well...
I hope you... Farewell.
That has to be that ford Pint was talking about. I should take a look around here. This must be that basket of silver Zdena was carrying with her. She wouldn't have just left that here. But where did it come from? Maybe it rolled down the hill? Poor thing. Ugh. She's been at first glance this... But her head is smashed in. She must... Oh, rip. Oh, did the murder... Oh. My God. How did it get inside her? Was she trying to hide? Well, that's enough. I'd say she put up a decent fight. And that's about all I can find out. But that ring...
Dead man!
I found out some interesting things about those murders.
That's wonderful. I promised.
You know,
She came to see me soon after.
will you send? So,
I hope nobody else shows up.
I reckon I've found.
And do you know who?
Not exactly.
I've asked around.
Is that so?
Oh, I didn't do.
Well, I.
Well?
You can't be.
Uh-huh.
Prokop.
No. Really?
So I see.
Well?
I'm not entirely sure.
Go on then.
Let's talk about Yarka.
What did you learn about?
Yarka started working for the Von Grolla.
I was there to ask whether she'd given them any trouble. A very well. The mother is quite devout. Known to spend a lot of time.
So.
That would be young
Prokop.
Really?
His own.
Why not?
Prokop.
What do you expect from a Bible thumper? Man punishes and God forgives.
Well, maybe I wouldn't hold it against him.
And did you learn who?
No. And now, most important,
I didn't.
To make it impossible to tell she was pregnant.
May God
Do you know who she was pregnant with?
She didn't tell Prokop.
It had to be someone from those.
Before her death.
There's nothing wrong.
Maybe.
It means.
Prokop is convinced that she was murdered.
I heard that.
Really?
What?
It doesn't matter. I don't think. But he's a skirt chaser.
Perhaps.
But then he could never.
Why not?
That's all up.
You still.
But
it's not.
But we
agree.
I'm sure.
William.
Such.